Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name's Sanji. I'm a second year medical student studying at the University of Melbourne in Australia. And in this video, we're going to talk about some of the lessons that I've learned along the way about trying to find balance in med school. Med school is pretty busy, especially at the start. In the first year, they tend to throw hundreds of lectures at you over the year, in addition to about 20 hours of interactive classes each week. That's just because there's an incredible amount of knowledge that you just need to stuff into your brain about every body system that there is, from the cardiovascular system to the nervous system. You need to know about the anatomy, how it works, what can go wrong, and how you can figure out what's going wrong. So at the same time, you learn how to ask patients about their conditions, you learn how to get that information, you learn how to examine patients, and you learn how to do a basic management plan as well. Human beings are incredibly complex, and I think in the first year of medical school, they probably teach you about 50% of what you actually need to know as a practicing doctor. And of course, it's impossible to learn all of that. So the biggest piece of advice I give to aspiring med students is don't try so hard. I think a lot of medical students, myself included, fall into this toxic high achievers mindset where we get really depressed if we don't get the marks that we want. I like to tell my students that med school, just like any course and just like your life, isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. Everyone is incredibly smart and incredibly gifted, and we'll all get to where we need to go, but it's really important to find balance along the way. Personally, I don't think that I'm anywhere near finding the perfect balance as a medical student, but I do think that I've learned a few lessons along the way, and that's what I want to share with you guys today. So here are 3 things that I've tried that have helped me find balance as a medical student. So in order to find balance, I think it's really important to find things that you enjoy doing. Coming into medical school, I don't think I really had any amazing hobbies, so I really wanted to find something that I would enjoy. Now the cool thing about uni is that you can try everything and anything. Uni is filled with clubs and different activities that are free, often really cheap to try out. So in the first year of med school, I tried out everything from dancing to meditating, and I found a lot of things that I really enjoyed. But the great thing is that I met a lot of friends as well. And despite everything being shut down because of Corona, I managed to maintain a lot of these friendships over the year, and I'm really grateful for that as well. But there's other things that we can do while we're stuck in isolation as well. So for example, last year, I really got into playing guitar and singing along for fun. And before this, my guitar was just gathering dust in my room because I never really had the time to play it. So Corona really gave me this unique opportunity to spend 30 minutes every day just practicing and slowly getting better and better. I held a few mini concerts for my mates as well, and they could see how I improved over the year, which is really cool. So I think it's really important to find a hobby that you can immerse yourself in, that you enjoy, so you have something to do while you're stuck at home. And so some other things that I tried include running, reading, and cooking. My second piece of advice is to take care of yourself, both physically and mentally, especially during quarantine. I remember last year I really felt like I was stagnating because I was sitting down at my desk for hours on end and I could almost feel myself turning into a potato. And sometimes I found it really hard to exercise as well. So what I try to do is, in order to give myself the minimum feeling of satisfaction, I set a small goal of trying to do 5 minutes of exercise a day, no matter how busy I was. And so at the end of the 5 minutes, I at least had a small sense of accomplishment over what I've done. I was really lucky because I have a lot of friends who are into fitness, and them working out really motivated me to work out as well. Whereas when I was alone, I found it really difficult to find that motivation. So something that you guys can try is do a Zoom workout with your friends while you watch a YouTube video. It's a really fun way to socialize, and you also get fit on the way. But of course, make sure you find time to wind down, watch Netflix, and actually do the things you enjoy. I think it's okay to be a potato sometimes. I think we often fall into this trap of trying to be productive all the time to the point where it becomes toxic and we burn out. I think it's okay to go at your own pace, and I think that, when I'm going through a lot of stress, I like to go on autopilot for a bit and let life take its course, and that's perfectly fine. The final tip I have is to make sure you're organized. A quote that I love is that if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. I think it's really important to live your life with some intention. Now, you don't have to block out every single hour of every single day, right? Because that once again is falling into that toxic productivity mindset. But I think planning out your week and scheduling out your assessments can really help deal with some of the stresses of uni. So something I like to do before I go to sleep is I set myself a small to-do list, and I also like to roughly plan out my day. So what I do is I set 3 goals that I need to achieve the next day, and as long as I achieve those 3 things, I consider that day to be a success. I think often we have like 10 things on our to-do list, and we get really stressed when we can't do all of it. But it's really important to understand that you achieve things in life gradually. So if you can do 3 things every day consistently, eventually you'll get to where you need to be and you'll be perfectly fine. During isolation, I wanted to leave my nights to socialize. So what I did is I tried to treat med school like a 9-to-5 job. I would try to do most of my study then, so then I could have free time at night to play games and enjoy time with my friends. But the problem is that I'm an inherent procrastinator, so sometimes this fell right through the roof. But that's fine. I took every day as it came, and I tried to do the best I could as well. So these are some of the things that have helped me stay sane and keep balance throughout med school. What do you guys do to enjoy yourself during uni life? Chuck it in the comments below, and also tell me about any topics that you guys would want me to talk about in the future. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.